is the ultimate goal of the revealed scriptures. What are the revealed scriptures? What are the revealed scriptures? Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, then Puranas, Vedas, Upanishads, all these are revealed scriptures. So, if somebody reads carefully these revealed scriptures, what will they get to know? That ultimate aim of life is to attain Vasudeva. Then Vasudeva para makaha. Makaha means sacrifices. We say na Prateya dhyayato Vishnu Priyatayam Yajato Makhai. Makhai means sacrifice. So he says Vasudeva para makaha. So ultimate or for worshipping whom we should worship in the sacrifice, Vasudeva. In any Vedic literature, whenever, not Vedic literature, anybody who is worshipping even demigods and they offer the mantras, what do they use the first word? Om. And that Omkar or Om represent whom? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. So, any sacrifices or any ahuti which is given, it is first given to whom? It is given to the Supreme Lord only. Because He is the ultimate enjoyer. So, Vasudeva para Makha. Then, Vasudeva para Yoga. We have this yoga day, where people perform yoga. And yoga means what? We all know very deeply. Yoga means to link or to connect to some higher energy. And which is that higher energy? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. So Vasudeva para yoga. And with the yoga, what people want to attain? Peace of mind, happiness. Now when they are connecting to silence, they will get that silence. When they are connecting to something else, they will attain that. Means they are getting connected. Huge. Yoga comes from the word huge. Huge means to link or to connect. And to link or to connect to whom? Vasudeva. So attaining yoga. Then Vasudeva para kriyaha. Kriyaha means fruitive activities. So anybody performs any action, what he gets? A result. Now result is meant for what purpose? Result is meant to enjoy. And ultimately today people want to work for what purpose? To attain some fruitive gain, material gain. Now who is the control of that material gain also? Vasudeva. So Vasudeva para kriyaha. Any action you perform, ultimately it leads to the one destination. Many people say, na, Swamiji, whichever mantra we chant, anyway we will reach God. Aaj nahi to kal pahunch jayenge. Yes, that is 100% right. That if you worship or if you follow any process, you will reach the destination. What is the difference? The difference is, supposing we want to go from here to Delhi, Surat to Delhi. We have multiple options. Like we can go via cycle, we can go via motorcycle, we can go via car, we can go via helicopter, we can go via plane. Now what is the difference? We have reached the destination. Huh? What is the difference? Time is the difference. Somebody can attain the destination in a very short time. But people say, I have lot of time. बहुत समय है. So आज पहुँचे या 10 साल बाद पहुँचे, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं. So it's a matter of time, and we have very short time. How can we say we have very short time? Because this human form of life we have got, if we misuse, if we don't know the goal of life, and we are running, then when we will reach the destination, we don't. But today we have got that alertness by the mercy of Prabhupada, that what is the goal of our life, we know. And to reach the destination, Prabhupada has given the vehicle also. just climb into that vehicle, aeroplane, and directly it will take you to the destination very fast. So, very fast means we'll make mistake? No. We will have the guidance, we will have the support, we will have the conscious effort of the Acharya to make us reach that destination in a very short time. So that is the beauty of Acharya. That is the beauty of Prabhupada, who is giving us the process of how to reach the ultimate destination. So it says, Vasudeva Parakriyaha. So who is under the control of fruitive activities? That is also by Vasudeva. So anybody performing fruitive activities, Lord will sanction. Lord says in Bhagavad Gita that even if you want to do material activities, worship the demigod, what Lord does? He makes our faith steady, so that we at least worship some particular demigod and be situated, our faith should be situated in that. So what Lord says here, Krishna says, 7th chapter, so he says, कि all 19, 20, 21 shloka is there. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhakta shraddhya archita uchyate. So I am in everyone's heart as the super soul. As soon as one desires to worship the demigod, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to some particular deity. So even somebody worshipping the demigod, Lord is making his faith steady there. At least ek jagah to sthir rahe. So what will get his worship the demigod? He will get fruitive results. So who is the sanctioner of that fruitive result? Vasudeva Parakriya. I am the sanctioner. Krishna sanctions. Then he says, then here it is said, Vasudeva Param Jnanam. So who is the ultimate knowledge, object of knowledge? That is also Lord. Ultimate knowledge is the Supreme Lord's knowledge. Now if we gain the Supreme Lord's knowledge, will we come to this material world again? Krishna says no. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma nahi. Somebody has attained my knowledge about my janma and karma, he will not come back to this material world. So what will happen to him? Vasudeva Param Jnanam, he will reach Vasudeva Param Tati. That is end. And it says Vasudeva Param Tapaha. Tapaha means austerities. You see, when the creation happened, who was the first person to do tapasya? Brahma. And we are all coming in that parampara. And if we say, I will not do the tapasya, is it possible? Not possible. The first personality who came into the creation, he himself did tapasya for many millions of years. And for us, millions of years of tapasya is not possible. So according to the time, place, situation, circumstances, the tapasya has reduced to just 2 hours every day. Out of 24 hours, 2 hours tapasya. See our acharyas, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur did tapasya for 10 years. 10 years he was in a secluded place chanting his names and then bringing this entire movement. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, even though a magistrate, did a lot of tapasya. So our parampara is tapasya parampara. Can we escape from that then? We should not. We cannot and we should not. We should also follow our acharyas. Since they did tapasya, we should also perform tapasya. But in the current time, performing this tapasya is a great challenge for us. And for that, what is required is control of the mind and senses. It is said that if you are self-determined, then we can perform any type of tapasya. We can reach any type of goal. We can attain whatever destination we require. What is required is self-determination. So this is what we should bring regularly. Every day we should remind ourselves that I have to bring my self-determination, self-discipline. That is required. So here it says, Vasudeva Param Tapaha. So our tapasya is, every day we have schedule is same. We don't have any change in our schedule except our some few services. So that tapasya, that determination we should bring. And not only here, everywhere, wherever we are. And it is said that when some people are near around, they will see. When nobody is near around, we should see ourselves. We should be watchful ourselves. When we are watchful of ourselves, our activities never ever will go wrong. Then we will not think, oh, wo dekh raha hai ki nahi, wo dekh raha hai ki nahi. We should be watchful of ourselves, our activities and our tapasya. Because it is we who has to go back to God. Nobody else will take us back to God. We will be getting the guidance. We will be getting the margdarshan. We will be getting the way. But who has to walk on that way? It is said that you can bring the horse to the water body, but can you make the horse drink it? No, it is the horse who has to drink. That is kind of self-determination we all have to take. That is a tapasya is required. Without tapasya, can we get anything? No. If somebody is doing job, he has to do tapasya. He is doing study, he has to do tapasya. If you are hungry, you have to do tapasya of taking the plate, cooking, and then offering and then eating. No, everything will come by its own accord. Nothing will come by its own. Tapasya is required. So Vasudeva Param Tapaha. Then Vasudeva Para Dharmaha. Dharma means religion. So which is the superior religion, topmost religion? Worshipping Vasudeva, following Vasudeva's order. And which type of dharma is rejected by scriptures? Kaitava dharma. Unwanted religion. So here, the religion which we are following is connecting us to Vasudeva, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we will never get we will never miss our destination. We will always reach our destination. Why? Because our destination is leading us to Vasudeva, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And finally it says, Vasudeva Paragatihi. And by following all these things, we will reach the ultimate goal of life. And what is the ultimate goal of life? Vasudeva. Reaching the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But can we reach the Supreme Personality of Godhead by our mode of passion and ignorance? No. For that we have to cultivate the mode of goodness. And by following Vasudeva, we will always be situated in mode of goodness. Many times people will ask, Prabhuji, how to be always situated in the mode of goodness? So here is the answer. By following the Vedas, Makhaha, Yoga, Kriya, everything connecting to the Supreme Lord, we will always be situated in the Supreme Lord. And by being situated in the Supreme Lord means we are always in the mode of goodness. Being in the mode of goodness means the mode of passion and ignorance will not disturb us. Or else people do the austerities for what purpose in material world? For material gains. Like here is the example of politicians. Prabhupada says, sometimes modern politicians will undergo severe type of austerities to achieve some political end. But what is the meaning of political end? It will not end there actually. Even you gain something in politics, will your life end there? It will increase more, increase more, increase more. So, no time is there when a person is satisfied with the wealth that he has got, the opulences that he has got. There is always the hankering. And hankering for what? Even though realization is there that ultimately mere saath kuch nahi jaye, but still people will hanker, will run behind all these things, missing the ultimate goal of life, that is attaining Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So by doing lot of effort, if person is not getting the ultimate end, his all efforts are waste. All efforts are waste. So, Prabhupada clarifies one more thing, that somebody who is wanting to achieve Vasudeva and he has not attained by some means, or by he has failed to attain Vasudeva, what is the benefit he'll get? He'll get the birth in the family of learned Brahmanas or in the family of rich merchant in order to execute the unfinished task of Vasudeva realization. So today we all are heading to reach or achieve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, supposing our task remains unfinished. Then what will be our advantage? Advantage will be, we will get the birth in the family of fortunate Brahmanas, not normal Brahmanas. Today, if you meet anybody and teach or speak about Bhagavad Gita, what is immediately they will tell you? Hum bhi Brahman. And they will take out their Janeo and show, we are also Brahmanas. And then you ask them, why are you working this so hard? Even though you are a Brahmana, काम तो करना पड़ता है. काम के बिना गति नहीं है. घर कैसे चलाएंगे? परिवार कैसे चलेगा? That is the answer. So is that a real Brahmana? No. That is the reason here it's specifically word is used is fortunate Brahmanas. Fortunate Brahmanas will always be taking conscious effort to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But today, the Brahmanas are mostly the Karmakanda Brahmanas. They will be taught or they will learn about how the puja part is done for pleasing the demigods. Now, if somebody pleases the demigod, what is the benefit? There is no benefit. The benefit is temporary requirements will be fulfilled. Then after some time, the same Brahmana who has told him to worship one demigod, he will tell him to worship the other demigod. Then third time he will tell him to worship the other demigod. So worshipping the demigods, what is the benefit? The benefit is keep on repeating the cycle again. So here it specifically said, fortunate Brahmanas, and those fortunate Brahmanas are actually Vaishnavas. So those kind of great souls who have missed the opportunity of Vasudeva realization will get the opportunity to take birth in the Vaishnava family, because in Vaishnava family they are directly worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are not worshipping any demigods. They are directly worshipping Supreme Lord Krishna in different forms, sometimes Balagopal form, sometimes Radha Krishna form, and if not fortunate Brahmanas, in the house of rich people, so that they can continue their journey and finish their unfinished task. What was the unfinished task? Vasudeva realization. So that will be fulfilled in these two fortunate families. So everybody who has actually taken birth, in whichever family, they should understand why I have got again a birth, why I have got a good birth, why I have got the birth, so that I may not miss again the chance of Vasudeva realization. So for that purpose, Prabhupada went to Western countries, preached the Mlechas, made them understand why you have got such a good birth in such a powerful country like US, UK, Europeans, Americans. And when they understood, they took up it very seriously. And today we see many foreign countries are following this great scripture, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. They pronounce the shlokas so nicely. They perform the devotional practices very nicely. We see now more and more of Russians are coming into Krishna consciousness. So one who understands the Vasudeva realization, they will seriously take up the Krishna consciousness. But for us to take up, what is required? Self-determination. We should come to the level of self-determining that yes, this should be my last birth. I should not repeat again. This should get set in our mind. If this small thing gets set in our mind that I don't want to repeat birth again, we will never get deviated from any principles given by Prabhupada. We will always be in a mood to follow and reach the destination. Prabhupada says, many lives we have gambled, many lives we have hit by Maya, many times we have taken birth in different wombs. Why again? Just gamble one life for Krishna and go back to it. This is what Prabhupada wants from us. So for that, this beautiful shloka is there which is teaching us that what is the ultimate end? Ultimate end is Vasudeva Paragatihi. The ultimate end should be to reach or to render the loving service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and to reach Him. That is the ultimate goal of everyone. Okay? So we will stop here. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.